So today I have a plan. I want to get into another mob farm, and it seems a little weird that we need all these mob farms, which we definitely don't. I just enjoy learning new mods. And today, I think we should definitely get into the Spirit mod and also the Vitalize mod, which go and work in combination together. This is going to be pretty interesting because I know a lot of you guys have mentioned that you want to see how this mod actually functions, and we can now do it. It's actually kind of nice that we can get into Spirit and sort of work our way through this mod. Now, as you can see, this mod is going to contain a few multi-blocks that are going to be essential for getting this done, which means we are going to need a rather large area. So I'm thinking about extending this off to the side and giving ourselves, well, more of a castle-y vibe over here that is going to allow for us to make these multi-blocks. So as I'm building this, of course, I've got most of this structure done, but this definitely needs a little bit of work here, and there is the re-chisel mod, which is in here, which is really, really nice. I am going to use this for the downstairs area. I think this is where, ultimately where the main part of this mod is going to go, that is just going to work. But down here is going to be where we actually have our multi-blocks to allow us to utilize the Spirit mod. So what blocks do I want down in the bottom? I'm thinking that we are going to do a connected texture. So to do this, I have to connect the textures. So if I click this and connect and click that to see what it looks like, you can now see what the connected texture is going to look like. And there's some really good ones here. Like, for example, I really like this one's a great kitchen looking floor. This is a beautiful looking block. Yeah, I just have to continue to click this, I guess, over and over again. Man, I miss the good old 112 chisel, you know, the one that all you do is just right click and it would chisel everything. Yep, that was a thing. I guess there is a button that does say chisel all. So I guess I could do that, right? And just chisel all. That's actually, there we go. Never mind. I disregard what I just said. Now with everything set up and built, and now I have room for this, let's talk a little bit about the Spirit mod and how we're actually going to get into it. Now, the main thing we want to make here is a mob spawner. But with the other mod, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently with the mob spawner. And instead of just having a mob spawner that just spawns mobs, we're actually going to be able to condense it into a sort of pedestal. And that way the mobs aren't actually physical in the world. And that is exactly, I mean, that's fantastic. I love mods that do that, which always helps reduce, you know, sort of lag on servers. So one of the things we're going to need to make a soul cage is going to be this stuff, soul steel. Now to get soul steel, we're going to need another block, which is the soul powder block. And this soul powder comes from a single bit of soul sand or soul soil with glowstone on top. So we just need some glowstone. I may be able to do that directly with this. Yes, as you can see, I just toss it in there and we get it back in return. How cool is that, right? So let's just toss that in there. Our magnet's gonna be grabbing everything though. I wonder if I toggle that off, is that just gonna keep generating and I'm gonna, yeah, is it gonna burn? Nope, there it goes. Okay, so this is our dust, right? And then we need to turn 4 of those into the actual block we're going to be using, right? So down here, I want to actually set up this little area. So I can go ahead and break this, and this, right? And then I need to take a look at what we're going to be doing with the soul iron, right? Spirit. If I add the mod. Okay, so I'm going to be making this right here. So what is the block that's underneath it? Just a soul sand block? Yeah, it's just a soul sand block or soul soil. In my case, I'm going to use soul soil, and then we place this around it, and then we're going to need flint. We can ignite this. Now we should be able to toss this in. The iron, correct? Or not. It looks like it's doing something. Or it may just be completely eating it. Let's make sure we got this set up correct. So, to make this... Oh no, we put iron in here to make that. What am I doing? I put iron. I am just tossing this away. I mean, I guess we really don't need anything else here. Do we need the compressed soul blocks? Maybe later on. Okay, so let's grab some iron. And this is how we're going to make the blocks of the material that we need. Okay, maybe you have to leave that in there longer. We'll see. I don't think I right-click on here. Nope. Just put the iron in there. And we're good to go. Okay, I did figure it out. Yeah. I now know why it wasn't working. Okay. So I'm going to need a lot more of this powder, right? Because it does consume the blocks. I was not expecting that. This is like my first time utilizing this, so bear with me here. I know I just basically threw a bunch of this in the fire, but these blocks are going to be necessary for this. We're also going to need more soul. Okay, so it's probably not necessary to per se build this in the way that I did, right? We're going to need, let's see, tiles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set all of this back up, and we can actually just do this right here on the floor. Now I'm doing all this and I just noticed you can use compressed soul blocks to do blocks at a time of this material. Ah, much easier on our time. Oh my goodness, I should be doing this. So yes, convert this and then we double up, or is it a regular full block recipe? Regular full block recipe. Oh my goodness. So yes, we just toss all of that in there. All of this, we can continue to let it make it stuff. Okay, tons of dust. Okay. Yep, this is the way to go about doing it for sure. Oh my goodness, otherwise I'd be sitting here for days because some of this requires several blocks. And once they're made, they get taken away, right? So to do the thing that I want to make, this right here, this multi-block, it's going to require a lot of blocks of this material to make the soul revitalizer, which is the main goal for what I'm working on. And as you can see right here, the soul cage itself is going to require 4 blocks. So yeah, that's going to take a little bit of time. And I don't think there's a better way to do this. Now we also use the steel to make a sword, which I'm going to be making here. That's going to help us gain more souls. And I think the pickaxe grants extra souls on kills, repairs the tool. I don't know if the pickaxe matters, but the best way to gain souls is definitely by breaking regular spawners. And so, yeah, I should, after doing this for a moment, see, let's take the compressed blocks. Just like that. A single piece of soul. Light that bad boy in fire. Let's get a block of iron this time. And then a single block of iron. Ah, much better, right? Should work. Does it need a compressed block of soul? So yeah, I was looking, like, can I make this block? Just a soul sand block and then compressed soul powder block. That's it. Compressed soul. Maybe not. Maybe that's not the way to do it. This is the thing, when I dive into new mods and mods I haven't played with in a long time, these are things. So just block of iron, compressed with soul sand block. This actually requires specifically soul sand. Ah, potentially. I'm guessing this is specifically soul sand. Well, we just lost an entire block of iron, but that's okay. And I see particles. And nothing. Kind of a bummer that it's not working. Like, it's actually just not working for whatever reason. Now, at this point in the video, I didn't actually realize I was using a non-compressed block of soul sand. I figured that out later in the video, but I'll let you, laugh at me throughout the rest of this video until I figure that out. All right, well, time to get on with making it all by hand. Ouch. So I think I found a way to make this even faster other than using the copy and paste gadget, and that is to use these factory placers. I think this is going to be the way to go about doing this. And I've used these before, They're very, very simple. All you got to do is put the block in and it should place the block directly above. Yeah, as you can see, just like that. And so if I spread some of these out, there we go. That should be enough for that. These are actually pretty quick. Like, they may not seem like they're very fast, but it is actually quite quick. And so we ignite that and just toss the material in, and we just wait a moment. And as you can see, as soon as it's done, it's back ready to go. So could you use this to automate this process? Absolutely. All you would need is a way to click on the soul soil, which modular routers, I think, can do. And then you would need to make sure you have something that can dispense the item. Very interesting mechanic here. But I'm probably going to set it up like this. I don't think it's meant to be this intensive, right? Because of that block recipe. But because of that block recipe not working, I'm going to be stuck here for a while. Now, I know I've been just focusing on getting the steel, but there's actually a lot more to this mod that we're going to have to do. Now, to be able to capture mobs, because this is all about catching mobs, and the more mobs we kill, it builds up. We kill like 500 plus, or we break their spawners and get more. It all builds up into this crystal, right? And then we can make a really powerful spawner. Well, we have to actually get the crystal first. So to do this, we need soul powder and we need quartz blocks. And then it says right here, soul sand with a ×9 or soul soil block. I think it's just a soul soil block with quartz. So let's get quartz, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And we're also going to need more of that dust, right? So let's take that dust and then of course soul soil or soul sand in the same right that we've already been doing. Like, we've already been doing all this. Boop. And then we light this one on fire and hope for the best. Hope this recipe works. To consume the blocks. There we go. And we have ourselves a little crystal shard. Now I want to make a soul crystal, this bad boy, because this is what we're actually going to use. This requires 512 souls. And it says delay between 25 and 300 ticks, spawns 9 mobs per cycle, waits up to 11 blocks away, does not require nearby players. That's pretty important. Doesn't require nearby players, and controllable with redstone, which is pretty awesome. There's different tiers. You can see right here. This is the ultimate. This is the media core. And we have advanced. So the more mobs you kill, the better, right? It's kind of better. So you definitely want more souls inside of your little soul crystal. Now there's also other things. There's like soul transmutation. I'm very unfamiliar with that. And of course, soul pedestals. Now to get the soul slate, we're going to need that here soon, because we need to make a crude crystal so we can make the soul crystal. And there's a couple of steps to get into this. So this is going to require deep slate. And I believe we just toss the deep slate into here, just like everything else. Yep, you just toss it in and hope for the best. There's a weird sort of timer that goes on here. If I toss them all in, it does work, but I guess it all has like a cooldown. Okay. So with that, we have the same recipe. This is going to go like this. I'm assuming that goes inside here, light that, and then we toss that in. And of course, yeah, we can do these everywhere. So now we have a crude and we actually have a bar. Okay, and that gets us there. Now, to get to this point, soul glass is the next step. To make soul glass, it looks like we need tinted glass. And because we're going to need 4 of these that are going to get consumed, it's going to require a bit of lapis. All right. So, yes, the cost of this, I would say, is definitely more late game. Because I don't think you're going to be doing this as much early game. There's going to be 16 blocks of lapis to do this, and tinted glass, not this tinted glass, like regular vanilla tinted glass right here, which is going to require amethyst. I believe I have more amethyst. Is that really a thing? You can cut open amethyst blocks? Okay, I'm gonna have to go farm some amethyst real quick, apparently. So I guess now that I have all that, let's soul glass it up, right? So the same sort of build, right? Boop, and toss that in. consumes all that lapis. Keep in mind though, this is some really cool looking glass. All right, how long does it take? Oh wait. Oh, it just gives it to you. It doesn't actually consume the blocks. Oh, well that's convenient. Yeah, because I was thinking that was going to take a lot of lapis to consistently do this over and over again. Well, this is a permanent structure. That's interesting. Now I assume it's going to consume this glass, however, whenever we do this and we toss the crude into it. Yes, yeah, that was to be expected. Okay, so now we have ourselves the soul crystal, and I do want to take some of this, and I want to use that to make myself a soul sword. And this is what we're going to use to kill mobs, and I should be able to potentially upgrade this a little bit. In its current stat, it is not the greatest tool in the world, let's be honest. Now, as soon as we kill a mob, it's going to lock this soul crystal into a mob. I gotta figure out exactly what mob I want to use. Now, I went ahead and upgraded this thing. It says mob drops will teleport to me, but we definitely have plus attack damage, and there's also a slot where we can put some more attack damage on there as well. But the big thing here is, I believe, this mod, yes, has enchanted books called Soul Reaper. And how many do we have? Soul Reaper, oh yeah. We definitely have enough to put Soul Reaper 4 on this. We also want Sharpness. Maybe Vorpal. We definitely want as much sharpness as we can possibly get on there. Unbreaking sounds pretty good, right? Unbreaking. Not super high levels. That was probably too much unbreaking. We'll rip it off of this anyways. I'm not too concerned. When I'm done with this, I can always rip these enchants back off. And just regular mending. Yep, that sounds pretty good. Now, I don't think there's really much. There's capturing. I don't really want to worry about that. No knockback. Leech. Just really want this on here. Soul Reaper is probably the best thing I can put on here. Now, the thing I'm going to socket in the gym slot is going to be 35% total attack speed. That seems pretty reasonable. And yeah, so now we can actually attack a lot faster. And we need to, of course, drop the enchants on here. So let's do that. And boop. Okay, so we have a pretty decent sword. It's not god tier, I would say, like our other sword. But it's pretty good. And it's going to work really, really well for this, because we should be able to gain a lot more souls off of just one kill than now that we have that Soul Reaper on here. So I've thought about this for a little bit, and I think I know, at least at the moment, because of course we can always make more of these. I think I know what mob I want to choose. And that's going to be the Blaze. Now, I know I currently have a Blaze farm, but Blaze is just so useful for powering tons of things, and tons of mods utilize Blaze. So having a near infinite supply of that material would be amazing, right? So tons of mods use it, like Botania and all kinds of stuff. You can use it for infinite mana and many, many other things. So yeah, having an infinite fuel source seems really, really good. I think we can even use it to power our source. I think we can give this blaze rods to also power, which would be nice, so we're not using up all of our coal. Awesome. So to get blaze, we just need to travel to the nether and go to our blaze area. I think we might even break the spawners. I don't know. I kind of want the spawners so that way we don't have to worry about anything. Where is my, there it is, Fort Blaze. Oh boy. And I guarantee there's tons of items all over the ground. Don't do this on a server. Don't be like me. Don't let this happen. This is not good. That's not good. Oh no. Well, I'll ignore that for now, you know? And let's see if we can't kill. Oh man, insta killed. And look at that, 6 blazes on 1. Oh, this is going to be easy. 12 blazes? It does 6 per. 6 per. What? Oh yeah, we got this for sure. 100%. This is gonna be super easy. Super easy. Actually, we need to break these. I want this to be dark. I don't know if that matters too much. Is this a spawner over here? Yeah, this is a spawner. Do I have this closed off? Look at that. Boom. We are insta-killing with this thing. Holy smokes. And we already have 24 blazes built up. That is significant. So I just got a message that says your crystal spirit reaches new heights. I'm assuming we hit over 64. Yep. And so if we just keep leveling this up more and more, we'll have ourselves a spawner that is pretty crazy. However, I still got a lot of work ahead of me, even with us getting this all done, because I'm going to have to craft the machine that we're going to be able to put this in. And I hope it's worth. I really hope it's worth. You know, I totally forgot about this, but the other is actually a much better place to fight blazes. All you gotta do is find the... Yeah, it's much better place to fight these guys. Oh, this is gonna be so much faster. So at this point, I'm at 500 souls and 516. I think that's it, right? Is that's it goes to 512? It's apparently at 516. I guess it can go higher. No, 516. Somehow we ended up doing that. I don't know how we got it that high, but I did have this guy over here. Let me see. Did this guy despawn? No, look at this. Look at this guy. So I'm using my crazy sword, right? Its health isn't even budging. I don't know. This is crazy. Its armor's so high and its regen is so high. I can't even kill the thing. That is bonkers. So I just spent a bunch of time getting just 15 of these blocks. I still don't think this is enough, but it's at least going to get us somewhere so that way we can hopefully dive into this mod. So now that I have all of the blazes, we need to take this down and let's go ahead and over here set up a little bit of something, right? So we're still in the spirit before we jump into the Vitalize mod. We need to convert the spawner into, we need to basically convert this into a soul cage. Now, this is how you would actually utilize our crystal, but I want to go a bit further than this. So this is going to take the blocks, which is just, ouch, man. Soul sand or soul soil. Let's just do soul sand. And take this, and then I need a spawner. Now, the broken spawner is what we're going to use. Toss that there. And there we go. So we now have a soul cage. This thing right here. So the soul cage is what we would use to put this in, and thus it should start spawning mobs. However, I don't want to just jump there just yet. So what I want to do with this is I want to make this thing right here. So this requires all of the blocks, and this is going to get us a soul revitalizer. Yeah, this is the thing that is going to be expensive to make, and I hope I have enough to make it. But not only that, you're going to see here in a moment, it actually gets more expensive than this. It really does. So what was the recipe for this? It requires, oh boy, it looks like 8 blocks. 8 blocks of these things. I'm guessing that's going to be, yeah, soul sand in the middle and the blocks underneath. Okay. So not too difficult. It's going to look like this, and soul sand in the middle, not a block of this stuff, soul sand. Right. And then, we need the soul slate on the sides. Very interesting crafting mechanic, by the way. And then this on top, like so. And then we light. And then we hope all is well when we drop this in. Oh, that happened so fast. And there we go. The soul revitalizer. Now, this thing is important, right? This is what it's all about. This thing is going to require some power. It's missing pylons and it's missing storage. So if we take a chest, we should be able to put a chest next to it, right? So now it's not missing chest, but it's missing a pylon. And you can see all of these markers for which a pylon needs to go. Now, pylons are not cheap. So let's take a look at this mod. Now, we have different pylons that do all kinds of different stuff, right? So you have these pylons, which are just regular. This is just a regular pylon. And this is the recipe for a regular pylon, and it does consume the blocks. So it's going to consume the glass, it's going to consume the blocks, and so on and so forth. And it costs a soul glass to make. However, it does cost 4 blocks of this stuff. We need 8 of these. So I'm going to have to, spend some time making more of these blocks. But yeah, once we do have all 8 of them, and it may work with just one, I don't actually know. It says up to 8. It says 8 pylons max. So this is a very expensive mod, just in time commitment. But as you can see right here, we have efficiency, which is going to help with our power. Then you have this one, which has a beheading chance, which is kind of cool. This is looting per pylon. And then there was one that had a nether star that it required. So yeah, if we take a look at here, this one, it says +1 soul on trigger. So if you have like maybe 64 killed, I guess you could pop this in and it would automatically trigger the souls for you and build them up. I think that's how it works. Kind of cool, honestly. But yeah, I just shift right clicked, or you can put the crystal in here and you can see right here, Blaze, it's using 0 power. It's doing 0 seconds. There's 9 mobs. We have no power at the moment. I don't think it will work without the pylons. But I do want to see. I wish it had a full block on the bottom. Let's get a point, just so we can definitely hook it up to our power network. And that is going to fill up with power, as you can see there. Very, very nice. But yeah, it's missing pylons, so we at least need 1 pylon to see if this even works. I'm kind of curious about this. All right, so I'm going to try and make the multi-block for the pylon. I think this requires the glass exchanged, right? For this. Okay, so up here, let's go ahead and just build this real quick. So it is going to be like this with these in the corner. Very similar to how we crafted this. Soul in the middle. And then soul glass on the top. And then we throw soul glass in the middle. And that should be our first pylon. And we place the pylons right there. So there's our first pylon, and it still says missing pylons. So we're going to have a pylon for every one. Oh my. Now I was thinking about this setup, and I was wondering, is there a way to completely automate it so I kind of can just put the items in and not have to worry about it? And I think I can do that. Hopefully this will actually work. Let's go ahead and break this. I want to use modular routers for this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an activator module that is looking below, and this is the front that it's going to click on. It's going to be set to just right click, looking below, place that inside, and whenever we put the flint and steel in there, it's going to ignite that block, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want to happen. Now, I also need a dropper. This is a very vanilla thing I can do. And the dropper is going to just drop the item. This block is going to block it, and it should sit there and complete. And then it's going to replace the items, right? And it's going to continue over and over again. However, I do need this on a timer, and I think I'm going to set this to 60 seconds and or 60 ticks, and that should be fine so long as this block doesn't interact or interfere in any way. If I put one item here, let's test this out. Oh. It just deletes the blocks. Oh my. That's not good. So I guess automation is no bueno. Yeah, that's not, yeah. Oh my gosh. You know, I think I might have just figured something out because I am a total derp and just realized that I think this was telling me all along that it was supposed to be compressed. Oh, please don't tell me this is the case. Please. I've done too many of these. I've done way too many of these. Oh, is this going to be right? Iron block. Oh my gosh. This will make it a lot easier though on me, but I couldn't really see if this was a ×1, but it does say ×1, which is very confusing. But I think this works. Oh man. Yep. I've got one last one to make, and this has got to have been one of the most tedious tasks I have done in a long time. With the lack of automatability, ouch, 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 ouch. And I can't believe I figured out last minute. Last minute! Oh, that was a thing. Wow. I'm saddened at myself for not realizing that. But I have all of the pylons now. So, with all of the pylons up, there it goes. So what this should do, it's using 123, it looks like RF per tick. I'm assuming that's what that means. It's on the ultimate tier. It's spawning 9 mobs. And it shouldn't actually spawn the mobs into the world. As you can see, the souls around it are getting closer and closer. Oh, this is actually kind of cool. And then when it reaches its peak, it should complete it. Oh, it's kind of, yeah, you can see it in there. It's a mob spawner inside there. There it goes. And there it went. It spit the items, as you can see, into the chest. And it's just going to keep doing this. Now, the only thing we can do to make this better is by upgrading our pylons. So we can do a few things like I mentioned before. Pylon max, this is +1 pylon max. +1 pylon max. Applies burning, so you can cook mobs. I guess once we have this set up, we can just farm souls, and if we ever need to put anything in here, we can just put them in here. 3 pylons max. What is that supposed to mean? 3 pylons max. Oh, you can only have 3 of these maximum. Of these particular type, I'm assuming. +1 roll per pylon. Chance to roll to give XP. Yeah, you can get these XP things from it. This one, +1 looting per pylon. But it does increase the time, or it does increase the power usage. It looks like a foot. Yeah, decreases the timer. And then this one decreases the amount of power needed to run this. I mean, all in all, this is a really cool mod. And this is perfect for this mod. So you don't have to deal with a spawner all the time, which would get incredibly tedious, right? Now I'm going to have to hook up. I'm going to have to take this storage, and we're going to hook refined storage up to this. So that way it's constantly dumping this into a refined storage system. But other than that, that's the mod, Vitalize. And also the Spirit mod. Pretty cool, huh? Now guys, with that being said, of course, I would like to thank the supporter of today's video. And of course, guys, that huge thanks is going to go to Red Panda. Thank you so much for your amazing support, by the way, over on the Discord, becoming a Discord premium member. And of course, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned something new. I, of course, struggled through today's video and learned things along the way. Of course, sometimes that happens, you know? But of course, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, comment down below. Of course, you can always roast me down in the comment as well. If there's something in here that I may have did wrong, which, yeah, just you know, let me know. Let me know. I'd love to see it. But of course, guys, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a huge thumbs up, and I appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. And as always, of course, thanks for watching.